Dear students, welcome to another session of PISQ Virtual Learning Program. I'm your chemistry teacher here with the first lesson of the 7th week. Dear students, let's begin our lesson with this beautiful quotation of Albert Einstein, who was a German-born theoretical physicist. Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. Dear students, before starting our new lesson, let's recall what we studied last time. In our last lesson, we studied about properties of salt and method of preparation of salt using metal and acid. In today's lesson, we will discuss three main topics. First, we'll look at the reaction between metal and acid. We'll also study a test to identify colorless hydrogen. In the end, we'll see how salt is produced by reaction zinc metal and sulfuric acid. Dear students, you might have seen images like this somewhere in your life. Let's see how actually this happens. It is because of the reaction of acid and metal. Metal usually corrode whenever a chemical attacks its surface. Three types of substances cause metal corrosion. 1. Water. 2. Air. 3. Acid. You can see the iron nails over here. The acid has reacted with the iron nail, causing it to corrode. Dear students, let's see what happens when we add metal in acid. Whenever metal is added to an acid, the hydrogen of an acid is displaced and a new chemical compound is formed. Hydrogen gas is given off. The new compound formed is called salt. Dear students, hydrogen gas colorless and it becomes difficult to detect their presence. A test tube will look empty even when it is full of hydrogen. To detect hydrogen gas, put a lightened splint near the mouth of a test tube. The hydrogen will explode with a squeaky pop.
We test for gases in the laboratory because it is nearly impossible to determine the identity of a gas just by its appearance. As an example, hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon dioxide are all colorless and odorless. How would we be able to determine which is which? To test for hydrogen, place a lit splint at the mouth of the reaction vessel. You should hear a very distinctive squeaky pop, which confirms its presence. This is due to the combustion reaction of hydrogen in the presence of oxygen, creating water as the only product.
Coming to the last topic of the lesson, over here we'll see how zinc reacts with sulfuric acid. Word and chemical equation show that zinc reacts with sulfuric acid to produce zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas. It's a simple process. The first step is to add metal in the acid. The bubbling of gas shows that reaction has taken place. The bubbles stop when the reaction is over and acid is neutralized. Next step is filtration. Any zinc that has not reacted is removed by filtration. In the end, the filtrate is carefully heated to evaporate the water, leaving white compound behind. That white compound is zinc sulfate. Dear students, I hope you understand today's lesson. Let's summarize. We studied the reaction between metal and acid. We also learned how the presence of hydrogen gas is detected. Last we studied the reaction between zinc and sulfuric acid. Dear students, you learned some new words in today's lesson. You are required to find their meanings. Words are corrosion, squeaky pop and splint. Dear students, to know more about the reaction between metals and acid, follow this link. I hope you understand this lesson. If you have any question, feel free to ask. Watch this video carefully and solve the attached worksheet. This is all for today. Thank you for being attentive during the lesson. Stay home, stay safe.